Welcome back to the series. Let's dive into the fascinating world of one of history's most revered warriors and leaders. Join me as we explore his rise to power, strategic brilliance, and lasting legacy. Let's get started. Episode 2: Consolidating Power in Egypt. As vizier, Saladin immediately set about gaining the favor of the Egyptian people. He distributed wealth generously and treated them with kindness, earning their love and trust. His fame grew with victories against the Franks, liberating Damietta, Gaza, and the Kaaba, a crucial gateway to the Red Sea and the pilgrimage route to Mecca. This cemented the bond between him and the Egyptians. But amidst this growing influence, a significant shift occurred. Egyptians who had been aligned with the Shia sect began joining the Sunni sect under Saladin's influence. This mass conversion not only strengthened his position, but also sowed the seeds of unity among Muslims across different sects, a theme that would become central to Saladin's legacy. Despite this progress, clouds of discontent were gathering on the horizon. Powerful figures, envious of his meteoric rise and foreign origin, hatched conspiracies to diminish his power. One such plot involved Naya, a seemingly insignificant palace eunuch who harbored ambitions of becoming vizier himself. Secretly, he reached out to the Franks, aligning himself with their interests and waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Meanwhile, across the Nile in Upper Egypt, the Sudanese army stationed there remained fiercely loyal to the deposed Fatimid Caliph. They chafed under Saladin's rule, longing for the return of their former leader and the restoration of their previous way of life. Sensing their disloyalty, Saladin knew he had to act swiftly and decisively. He chose Naya as his first target, dispatching his brother, Al-Ayyubi, to uncover the palace eunuch's treachery. Al-Ayyubi, a shrewd judge of character, noticed subtle signs of disloyalty in Naja's demeanor, ultimately leading to the discovery of the plot. With the conspirators exposed, Saladin swiftly dealt with them, ensuring that none could warn the Sudanese of his intentions. And so Saladin turned his attention to the Sudanese army, knowing that their loyalty to the old regime posed a significant threat. To his consolidation of power, he assembled a formidable force, a testament to the loyalty and prowess of his Kurdish and Nubian troops who had stood by him since his early campaigns. The ensuing battle was a decisive display of military prowess. Saladin's forces, despite being outnumbered, overwhelmed the larger army of Sudanese soldiers, crushing their rebellion and sending a clear message to any who would challenge his authority. With this victory, the internal threat was neutralized, paving the way for Saladin to focus on external challenges and further solidify his control over Egypt. Yet the respite was short-lived. Another threat emerged, this time from within Saladin's own ranks. A chronicler named Umar al-Yamani, the chronicler, dissatisfied with his role in the new regime, sought to restore the Fatimid Caliphate by aligning himself with the Franks. Enlisting the help of other disgruntled nobles, they lured the Frankish king into believing that they could seize Cairo and establish a crusader state. Their plan was insidious, involving secret correspondence and veiled promises that went undetected for some time. However, a surprising twist exposed their conspiracy. One of the conspirators, under pressure from Saladin's men, revealed the plot, providing him with a list of names, including that of the treacherous chronicler. With the evidence in hand, Saladin wasted no time. He ordered the arrest of the conspirators, ending Umar al-Yamani's hopes of restoring the Fatimids. But as these internal conflicts were settled, a new and more immediate danger loomed on the horizon. A combined Christian fleet from Spain and Sicily had arrived in the port city of Damietta, aiming to capture it and disrupt Saladin's reign. Faced with this urgent threat, Saladin knew he needed to act fast. Leaving the task of guarding Cairo to his brother, Al-Ayyubi, Saladin raced to Damietta, rallying troops along the way to bolster its defense. Upon his arrival, he found the city under siege, with the invaders utilizing both land and sea forces to prevent any escape or reinforcements. The situation was dire, but Saladin's strategic brilliance shone through. Recognizing the strength of his opponents, he decided not to engage in a direct assault. Instead, he focused on gathering intelligence, planning his moves meticulously to outmaneuver the enemy. Then came the moment when Saladin's forces arrived, catching the besiegers off guard. With a swift and decisive attack, he broke through their ranks, scattering their forces and lifting the siege. News of his victory spread far and wide, cementing his reputation as a brilliant military leader and a champion of the Muslim cause. Though he had repelled this immediate threat, Saladin knew that the Crusader states would not rest until Egypt was subdued. So he prepared for the coming storm. Among those he called for aid was Nur ad-Din, a fellow Muslim ruler who would play a pivotal role in the next chapter of Saladin's story. Meanwhile, back in Cairo, trouble was brewing once again, this time led by an unlikely figure, Kanz ad-Dawla, a former commander of the Sudanese army who had lost his position. Following the collapse of the Sudanese revolt, he found support among the Arabs and Sudanese in Upper Egypt. Together, they launched a rebellion aimed at ousting Saladin and re-establishing their dominance in Egypt. Kanz ad-Dawla's forces, bolstered by the presence of Bedouin tribes from the Arabian Peninsula, proved to be a formidable challenge. Yet Saladin, ever the strategist, was ready. He sent his brother al-Malik al-Adil to confront this new threat head-on. The resulting battles were intense, featuring fierce cavalry charges and strategic infantry maneuvers. In the end, Saladin's forces prevailed, crushing the rebellion and sending Kanz ad-Dawla's head to Cairo, as a warning to any future contenders. As the dust settled on these internal conflicts, a new and even greater external threat emerged. A combined force of Crusader and Byzantine troops laid siege to Alexandria, one of Egypt's most important coastal cities. The attackers were led by figures like King Baldwin of Jerusalem and Emperor Isaac Komnenos, who hoped to capture the city and cripple Saladin's defenses. But Saladin was not daunted. Despite the odds stacked against him, he rallied his troops and prepared to defend the city. The siege was intense, with the Crusaders using their naval superiority to block supplies coming in and out of the city. But the Alexandrian defenders held firm. Saladin, aided by his uncle, Nur ad-Din, who came to assist in repelling the invasion, managed to stave off the siege for 50 days. Throughout the siege, both sides suffered immensely. The lack of supplies took a heavy toll on the defenders, and the Crusaders, too, faced setbacks due to internal conflicts and the relentless defense of the city's inhabitants. Finally, as both sides teetered on the edge of exhaustion, a truce was signed. The Crusaders, forced to withdraw without achieving their objectives. This victory was a turning point in Saladin's career, solidifying his reputation as a valiant defender of the Muslim world. With his external and internal foes subdued for the moment, Saladin turned his attention to consolidating his authority and establishing a lasting legacy. He understood that to truly unite the Muslim world against the Crusaders, he needed to legitimize his rule. The solution came in the form of the Abbasid Caliphate, a shadow of its former self, but still revered as the spiritual leader of Sunni Muslims. Saladin, under the guidance of Nur ad-Din, initiated a gradual process of replacing the Fatimid Caliphate's name with that of the Abbasid Caliph. In Friday's sermons, this subtle yet significant shift marked the end of the Fatimid era in Egypt in 1171 CE, firmly establishing Saladin's mastery and laying the foundation for the Ayyubi dynasty. As the sun set on another day in Cairo, the echoes of the afternoon sermon reverberated through the city. The transition of allegiance from the Fatimids to the Abbasids was complete. The people of Egypt now looked to Saladin as their undisputed leader, marking a significant stride in his journey to unify the Muslim lands. But the road ahead was far from easy. The Crusader states remained a formidable challenge and internal pressures continued. Nonetheless, with the support of his people and the prestige of the Abbasid Caliphate behind him, Saladin was poised to face whatever came next. Join us next time as we continue to chronicle the extraordinary life and times of one of history's most revered warriors. What did you think of this episode? Did you enjoy it? Please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest episodes. Thanks for watching. See you next time.